Emily Morgan, thank you
Hey.
so much for joining us on our special Strategic Coach Podcast Network, CoachCon.
So fun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So just to kick us off, tell us a little bit about Delegate Solutions, who you are, what you do, and how long you've been a coach.
Yes, so I'm the founder and CEO of Delegate Solutions. We've been in business almost 17 years.
Wow.
It's crazy. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I've been in coach for more than half that time.
Yep.
And my journey with strategic coaches is full circle. I've shared with you before, I started out in the strategic assistant program. And
High five on that.
and worked my way, as my business was growing, I worked my way into Signature, and now been in 10X for a while.
Congratulations. Mm-hmm. That's great. So what inspires you most about being an entrepreneur?
Opportunity. I think the ability to create your own opportunity and your own future.
Yeah.
The ability to make an impact through the work that you're doing each day and feel like you're doing something that matters each day.
Right.
Even though it's really hard a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But
I've heard that a couple times now. So just out of interest, what specifically is hard?
I think building a team is hard work.
Yeah.
And I think when a lot of entrepreneurs start out, we start out, being really excited about an idea, a concept, a way to do what we do, and we do it really well. And then we have to take that and scale a team that can do those things and manage a team and develop a team. And so that is a big transition for an entrepreneur to make in their journey.
Yeah.
And having a lot of great who's around you that are really good at that is one of the ways that I've been able to do that.
Well, and can you talk a little bit about Delegate Solutions? Because you not only solve the problem for yourself, you solve it for other people.
Yes, so we help visionaries with their big ideas. And what that means is a lot of the times we have so many ideas that we don't have enough who's to help us get those things moving forward. So we built a program called Personal Project Manager, which helps visionaries take all their ideas and create project plans for them and move them forward in 90-day sprints.
Wow.
So a lot of the times the projects are personal or professional. They might not fit in a VTO. They might be on the, on the large scale side. They might run multiple quarters, but it's something that you want to make meaningful progress on, and you need a great resource to move forward.
That's powerful. And with the Personal Project Manager, you also do help people find the regular type of assistant too.
Yep.
Right.
So we have a collaboration with Vision Spark. Where we brought, this is all strategic coach, collaboration
Love it.
mindset. Mm-hmm. We took our two unique abilities, which ours is, helping with delegation, coaching up EAs, and Alex's program with recruiting great who's. And we put this collaboration together to help entrepreneurs find great EAs and then coach them up.
Wow. Full service.
Yeah.
I love it. And we're getting to do a panel this afternoon.
Yes.
Just about that, which will be great. So one of the things at Coach that we both believe and know to be true is that entrepreneurs are really the driving force behind economic growth and innovation. So from your perspective, how can entrepreneurs impact this growth in a meaningful way? How can entrepreneurs be their best selves in terms of leaders and contributors? And then I'm going to ask you what's in the way of that, which might be a combined question.
Maybe I should start with that.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
I think what I've learned about entrepreneurs is they're opportunistic, and it's one of the things that differentiates us from, normal people.
Yes.
And so that's a double-edged sword, I think, when we're interacting with each other and respecting what each other does. So I think that we have a unique ability to create opportunity. We have a God-given talent to do that, and we have a calling to make an impact. And the way that we do that is not only through the work that we do, but the work that we do to build out teams around us. And where I see entrepreneurs get into trouble with that is that they don't respect boundaries very well, they don't follow rules very well, they don't like to be told no.
No.
And that can create a lot of turmoil in the entrepreneurial space when those things are happening.
So how can entrepreneurs shift their mindset? How can they, and obviously behavior, let's be clear, it's not just mindset. How can they shift their mindsets and behavior to really make this team work? What any one individual can do is limited, You know, I don't care how smart, how hardworking, all the things that they are. If they really want to scale, then they have to build up that team that you're talking about. So, but that is fraught with peril, that journey. So what are some of those things that you coach them on that really helps them look at things differently, calm down, probably build trust, and learn that they don't have to do everything all the time?
Well, one of the things that my book talks about and that we teach through our delegation workshops.
And the name of your book is?
Let It Go.
Which I absolutely love.
Thank you. Is that we really shouldn't be delegating until we're clear what we want to spend our time on.
Okay.
And so many entrepreneurs, like, they just want to solve problems so quickly. And what happens is with delegation, it's human and it's, you know, complex. And when you create this void of time, you're just going to refill it with more things that are not serving you. And so that's why we hear a lot of entrepreneurs they really struggle with delegation. And it's largely because you don't have a plan for how you want to spend your time. And there's a lot to dig into on that one.
There really is. So it reminds me of our freedom from, freedom to, but it's just to take the metaphor of a trapeze. You're not letting go of this one until you can see this one coming at you.
Exactly.
Is what I'm hearing you say. So how do you do you coach people that they need to create some bigger goals, or do you help them get clear on their activities? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the work that you do in Strategic Coach with Unique Ability is sort of the foundation of helping people unpack what they want to spend their time on. But in the book, I sort of explore a lot of the reasons why people don't want to let go. And it's, you know, stories from our childhood around, you know, you have to be busy all the time. And that's what you were raised, your family was raising you to be like. Or if I'm not busy all the time, what are people going to think that I'm doing all day? Or how am I contributing? And so there's all of this like subtext to the reasons that people struggle with that.
Interesting.
And entrepreneurs in particular, like vibrant, excitable people, and everything's exciting all of the time. And so how do you just create the space to figure out, this is what I'm here to do, this is the impact I want to make, and the way that I'm going to do that is through my time.
Interesting. So what kind of, like, talk about some of your clients for a moment. Where were they before they work with you, and where are they now? I'm curious.
Oh, interesting. I think a lot of entrepreneurs that come to us have struggled with delegation. So they've had assistants, they've had virtual assistants, they've tried to make it work, and they just constantly are hitting this wall. And so when we work with clients, they come in, not only are they getting service, but they're taking our course around delegation that we call Elevation Quarter. And so that's really going to teach you the foundational tools that you need to figure out why this is not working. And, you know, usually it's us. That's the reason why it's not working.
Okay, this reminds me so much of obedience training for dogs, because most of the training is actually for the owner.
Yeah. I was just doing it this weekend.
It's so funny, because you have to learn how to be a great dog owner, right, in order to have a great dog.
Exactly.
And I'm not relating humans to dogs, let's just be clear on that. But that same process, it's actually the shifting of how you look at things and have been doing things. But entrepreneurs are also often convinced that their way is the right way. So this is not an easy shift to have people make.
Well, that's why the impact filter is a great tool. We use that with a lot of our clients because it's helping you set the person you're delegating to up for success, because you're telling them what has to be true for the project to be completed and let them figure out the best way to get there.
Right. So. Yeah. And so after people have gone through your course, because this is a major issue, you know, as someone who's passionate about entrepreneurial teams, and I see this is why we have such a strong connection, is because we want to both be here to the same person with different solutions. But we see the trouble that people get themselves into, and helping them make that mindset shift is not, it takes time, it takes that openness, it takes reflection for them to be able to do that. Now, once they're able to do it, what is now possible that wasn't before?
Time. I think that's the big thing that people gain through delegation is control over their time. A lot of the work that we do is acting as a gatekeeper around their time, so protecting them from people that are trying to steal their time and energy. For example, like if they want to schedule free days, they haven't been able to get free days, whatever. We'll help put on their calendar free days and make sure when we're doing scheduling that's not happening on top of their free days. So just trying to help implement the things that Coach has been teaching all these years that is proven to get people out of the day-to-day.
Interesting. Wow. So when entrepreneurs are freed up from the day-to-day, then they, I would imagine, have much bigger futures than they did prior.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it frees you up to work on new ideas. It frees you up to develop your own leadership abilities, frees you up to develop your team. You know, I've made a line at my company that I just want to be working on the future. I don't want to be working on the present or the past.
Right.
I just want to be focusing on where we're going, what does the future of delegation look like, how we're going to get there, how we're going to lead that charge.
Interesting. So I love that you have actually applied the same coaching and training to yourself.
I'm very coachable.
You're very coachable. Yeah. And then, well, you probably did with yourself first, and then we're able to translate that to other people too.
Yeah, well, I think you have to go through it yourself in many situations in life to be able to help others go through something. So
it's actually a common theme today in my interviews. It's like, okay, I had this problem and I figured out how to solve it. And then I'm like, oh, other entrepreneurs have the same problem.
Yep.
And I can help them too.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Yep.
So what else for you? Are entrepreneurs your sole focus? Is that? Tell me why that's the case.
Yeah, so everything we've built is designed for visionaries. So we want to help visionaries create these big ideas and opportunities.
Yep.
So everything we've built is all about entrepreneurship and working with entrepreneurs. Eileen Coombs from my team heads up our coaching, training, and learning. A lot of the work that she does is helping an EA work better with an entrepreneur to free up time. So, you know, we're just really passionate about how we use delegation as a way to increase our impact.
Nice. And impact really is the game that we're all up to, right? Yeah. So do you get excited when you see your clients like open up to new possibilities they didn't have before?
Yeah, like we were just talking to one of our new clients in our personal project manager program, and she was sharing in a month she like doubled her business revenue in 1 month just by being able to like launch these things that have been sitting on the back burner for all these years. To have, I think, you know, visionaries, we have the ideas, a lot of the times we don't have the execution, we don't have the skill set to figure out, or the interest to figure out how we're gonna get it done, but like the magic is in how it gets done.
Right.
You know, like it's, you need both pieces of the puzzle for it to work.
Well, I know, as a visionary myself, it's like we have these big ideas and we can take it from the invention part into, to use working genius terms, discernment, but then there's a whole other get it done piece, galvanizing, enablement, tenacity, that we're not equipped for. In fact, we could even find it frustrating. And so to have those who's, right, in place, and it's interesting just how pent up and how stuck people get with all of these ideas. I mean, I've sat down even years ago with Babs and with other clients and open up past notebooks where there's gold in there.
I know.
You know, there's sticky notes and there's memos and there's scraps of paper. And it's like, oh yeah, this was a brilliant idea and it was 2 months ago and I never told anybody.
Right.
Because there wasn't a person there.
Right.
Right. So you really help with that handoff. And I think until that right person is there, it stays stuck with you. And I think there's a lot of frustrating things about being an entrepreneur, but I think that's one of the most frustrating things is not having a person. And if you've got a team of people who are just already doing their jobs really, really well, you don't have someone who's like into a new project. That makes sense. So I love your personal project manager.
That's what it's built for, is, you know, laying in bed in the middle of the night, ideas, and creating a safe space to explore them and talk about them and test them out. So.
Fantastic. So where do you see Delegate in a few years? Tell me your future vision.
Yeah, I mean, our future is about ideas. So we're really focused on how we help people bring their ideas to life. And we're doing that through our coaching and training, our workshops, and through our personal project manager program. But my job is to be looking ahead, scouting cliffs, trying to figure out where the future of delegation is going, and making sure that we're sort of speaking to that.
That's awesome. I love that you are looking ahead to the opportunities and the dangers and looking to eliminate those for people. That's inspiring to me.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So if people want to learn more about your book or Delegate Solutions, how can they find you? What should they come to you with? All the good things.
Yeah, so we just relaunched our website a couple of days ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's delegatesolutions.com, and when you land, it's going to say, your big ideas are welcome here.
Nice.
And then the navigation is basically for what you want to do, for what you have to do, or for professional development. So we've simplified it so people know, like, I think there's a lot of conception too around what an executive virtual assistant does, and so we sort of view that as these are the things that you have to do, and you want to delegate to others, versus the things you want to do, which are for personal project manager.
Fantastic. Good. And then how to be professionally developed so that you're a good person, so that great who's want to work with you.
Exactly, and that you're providing leadership and coaching to the great who's around you to be better. So
fantastic. Emily, thank you so much for the work that you do. We've been longtime collaborators and friends, and I knew you way back when in Strategic Coach.
I know.
Which is awesome. So I appreciate your creativity, your unique ability to help make entrepreneurs' lives better.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you so much.
Likewise.